All right, good morning, guys. Welcome back. And this is, we are finally done with the statistics and probability unit. I know last week there were quite a few questions, especially on maybe the last two assignments over statistics and probability. And so as I'm looking through grades, I'm realizing there's still a lot of missing work on that one. Because we're done with that unit, we're going to jump into review. This review, some of it should be pretty basic. You guys should be able to remember a lot of this stuff from second quarter and third quarter work that we have done. And so I'm not going too heavy on that this week because I will give you guys some time then to also not feel overwhelmed with the amount of stuff from maybe last week or all the weeks prior to that as well that need to get finished before the end of this quarter. Please, please, please work your best on staying up to date with what needs to be done because we are running out of time. End of the quarter is coming rather quickly, and we need to see some effort and some work done on all of these lessons that are assigned. So I'm going to jump into the lesson combining like terms. It's over here. You guys should remember a lot of the process that goes into combining like terms, but in case you forget, one of the most important things when you guys are finding the correct answer for these expressions, you need to remember first off, you're not really finding, a final answer. You're just combining, you're simplifying the terms to its lowest value. So on here, this one made it nice and easy. I have 9y and n plus y. And if you guys forget, whenever I have a variable by itself, you guys should remember it has the value of just 1. That's just 1y. So that's like saying 9y plus 1y. If you guys see that, we have the same variable. That means I can combine them. If they were different letters, then I cannot combine them. But because they're the same, I can combine them. And you guys should be thinking of it like this. What's 9? All right, what's 9 plus 1? All right, 9 plus 1, 10. And then you always keep the variable with it, 10y. All right, we're going to start off pretty slow on this first lesson. And then the second lesson you're going to be using, it's going to get a little bit more trickier because you're going to be using the rules that you needed to use when adding and subtracting integers. So here, now I have, you see I have a coefficient with a variable, and then I'm going to have two whole numbers, two constants right there. So you need to be careful when you are combining these. Do not combine, and I saw a lot of this in class, do not combine the coefficient with the variable with whole numbers here. You can only combine this with numbers that are attached to the same variable. If you look at this problem here, this expression, this is the only coefficient and variable, all right? So because of that, and like I said, we're not really solving these, you're just simplifying them. Because of that, I can just bring 2q right down, 2q. And then all I need to do is add the 2 and the 9. 2 plus 9 is 11, 2q plus 11. Notice I'm not solving it. I'm not saying 13q. I'm not subtracting these or anything like that. You just leave it like this because we do not know what q is. And there is not, 11 does not have a q attached to it. So we are going to just leave it like this, check it, and we're done. Looking at the next one. Again, right away, my suggestion, find your variables, okay? Because you guys know how to add and subtract whole numbers. But if you guys can identify the variables, you're not going to lump them in with the whole numbers then. Whether that means marking them on Khan Academy, writing this down on a separate piece of paper, whatever you can do to make sure that you're not combining these with that 4. This 4 is different, okay? And that is a positive 4. So I have 9t minus 3t. All right, that's like saying 9 minus 3, 9 minus 3, 6t. We have a whole number all by itself. I cannot combine that 4 with anything else, so you're just going to leave it there, plus 4. Makes it pretty simple. Check your work. Go on to the next one. All right, on to this next one. 10k plus 1 plus 8k plus 2. All right, don't get confused. Now that we added, we have four terms inside this expression. That's fine. We know how to do this. Again, find your variables first. We're going to combine those first. Then you're going to go to the whole numbers after that and just follow what the signs are telling you to do. 10k plus 8k, that's like saying 10 plus 8. We're going to say 18. Just do not forget the k in there. And then 1 plus 2, that's 3. And check our work. We can move on. All right, one more here. 9p plus 3p. You guys should recognize right away, hey, I have the same exact variable right next to each other. That means I can combine these. If it was 9p plus 3r, you cannot combine them. You just have to leave them like that. But because they're both the same variable, I can combine these. Follow my order of operations. Do 9 plus 3, 12p. And that's all you have to do. All right. Please let me know if you need any help on this one. But like I said, this is going to be a pretty light week because, again, we have to catch up on everything we do. So please reach out to me on any lessons that you might be confused with, present or past. And I am more than happy to put you to talk to you one-on-one, to conference you in. Send me a picture of the problem that you are confused with to my phone number, and I can try to help you out with that. But please do whatever you can to try to get these done this week. All right. Thank you again. We'll see you for the next lesson.